Welcome back to another episode of Highway Spec. This one gets a little bit personal. We are going to spec out the Audi R8. Now, why are we specking out a car that has been announced that it is dead after this year and in 2025 will go all electric? Well, that's exactly the reason why. Want to make sure that we spec out this car the way we would want to before it becomes an all electric beast. Plus, like I said, it's a personal thing for me too because I happen to own a first generation Audi R8 and I love it. And as soon as they announce that it's going all electric, it's like, okay, I need to keep this car because it will suddenly be worth more as soon as it goes to an all electric future. So we're going to spec out a 2022 Audi R8. This is the second generation, and there we go. So they did some updates to it in 2020, gave it a new front end and whatnot. So we're going to spec it out. Me, personally, I'm going to go with the coupe. That's what I own right now, but I like the look more. Something about the Spider just doesn't have the same look. So we are going to build a coupe starting at 148.7. That's our baseline. Let's see what we end up with. Now, it does come in rear-wheel drive or it comes in all-wheel drive. Personally, living in a climate that gets snow, we are going to go all-wheel drive. Plus, it tends to have a little bit quicker response off the line. So if we go back to the rear-wheel drive, okay, it's making me add a bunch of things to it, but you can see 562 horsepower. The all-wheel drive version gets a full 602 horsepower. So, and it also comes standard with the ceramic brakes, carbon fiber all over the place. And look at that. That is a beautiful vehicle. So right now, my R8 is black like this. But if I personally had the choice to spec it out any way that I wanted, it's got to be blue. If you've watched this channel before, you know I am quite a fan of blue. Now it does have an option for the Audi exclusive matte paint color, so a flat color. Personally, I would go with a metallic blue. I think it's just fantastic looking. Now, you've got silver so it's titanium or anthracite, so gunmetal type wheels. Personally, I think this works just fine. The silver wheels will take a look though. Well, it does add more carbon fiber, so maybe that makes the decision for us. There we go. So it gives you the carbon fiber pack. I don't necessarily like the wheels as much, but getting the additional carbon fiber, I think, will make it worth it. So with that blue exterior, there are quite a few options. You can just do blue stitching here. Personally, I love this color combo. I know I'm crazy, and it looks like Audi doesn't even want to let me do it, which is fine, because I think something like this would look really nice. Alright, so we're going to do the fine Napa leather interior. There we go. Now this is definitely more a classy spec rather than sporty, which I am fine with. Again, this would be the way I would spec it. Blue with the brown, love it. Now I would normally go for like the brake calipers being red. I'm not sure how it will work with the blue, but we'll take a look. Actually, I kind of like that. So we've got the red calipers there with the blue, with all the carbon fiber accents. And then, I know, carbon fiber accents, and then go with the classy spec on the interior. It is what it is. So the blue brake calipers would be pretty nice on the R8 design package, but that means you do have the Alcantara rather than the full leather. Currently, I have Alcantara on my R8, but I think I would like to, like I say, go with that classy spec. Since there is a lot of black on the outside, though, we're going to add the black Audi rings and badges. carbon fiber front sway bar. Honestly, I have not seen this before. We'll take a look at that. All right, 4.4 pounds lighter. It's only $1,100. Once you're up in this price range, though, $1,100 is not that much. Personally, I'm not a big fan of the dynamic steering, where it adjusts the firmness of the steering wheel depending on how fast you're going. Personally, I like it to be consistent, so I'm just going to go ahead and avoid that. And because this is going to be more of a cruiser GT type car, we're going to add the sound system. Alright, so as we are sitting right now, we are looking at $218,090, which honestly I don't think is a bad value for the vehicle. So we do have some black accents, carbon fiber all over the place, red brake calipers, and then we'll go into that interior. Oh, there we go. I think that looks really nice personally. The only other option I think I would enjoy is that kind of light gray interior option. I do like that is very, a lot of people say that cabin designs are very cockpit focused, but this one is the epitome of that. The only screen is right in front of the driver. There's no screen for the passenger. You've got those carbon fiber accents in here. I think that looks really nice. I think this is the ticket. Alright, so what would you do personally if you had to spec out an Audi R8? How would you do it? Feel free to leave me a comment below. I think that's a good looking vehicle and something that we need to take advantage of, still have that V10 before it goes away, and unfortunately it will go away with the next generation of the R8. So thank you for joining me on this episode of Highway Spec, and I look forward to seeing you in the next episode.